All right, try this one more time. What is up? I'm gonna start this off by saying I am not your financial advisor. Nothing I say here is an indication for you to buy or sell anything. Okay, this is just a documentation of my own trading journey. Right. With that being said, I'm gonna give you a quick update on a couple of things. We're gonna start off with crypto. Your crypto market looks, you know, to me it looks normal. It's not as high as it was when you saw it, right? Understood. Um, but there's still key levels that it's above. That's still, good for the outlook in the future. And the main thing that I want to focus on right now is the level that it's at. It's around 92,000, 93,000. If we can get back up above 93, I don't. It's a specific. It's probably like 93.3, 93.5, whatever it is. If we can get above that 93 level, and then get like a day close above that level, hold it. Excuse me. That is our indicator that I'm going to be using for the price to keep going. Now, I did tell you in the last video, I did say that I believe that I did take a position in Bitcoin. Like, I know I took one in Bitcoin, but I don't know if I told you on the last video or if it's something that I did last week. I don't know. I feel like I've had it for like a month anyway, so it's got to be, I definitely probably talked about in the other video. So, anyway, it was around this level, 92,000, 91,000. Then it dipped below in the 80,000 range, and I definitely was scooping some up then. Among other things, XRP for sure. Crypto-wise, it's just been Bitcoin and XRP. Those are the only ones I've really been interested into. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking about crypto. That's what I'm watching immediately. Stock-wise, oh my goodness. I should have been and came and made a video a while ago about my darling Kodak. Okay, that's the one play that if you been following for a minute, it's been in a couple of videos, probably like it's been at least 4 or 5 months, of me talking about Kodak, and it's at least a years back before that of me talking about one day getting a position into Kodak, right? Long story short, Kodak did its thing. I think around $6-7, $5-6-7 is where I got in, right? Now, what is it? I think it cracked. It almost cracked $10 today, or it got close. I know the price right now is probably like $9.79. Okay, so that's a good return already. Okay, I have not personally taken profits on that play yet. Okay, to me, what I see, when I'm seeing that, and when I've seen other plays like that, and let me explain to you first what I see. So what I see on the chart looks good. Okay, that's the main reason why I went and it got my attention in the first place, is how the chart looked. The next thing I did after that is, of course, at that time I was hunting short squeeze plays, like plays that I believe are heavily manipulated on the market. Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to remember if there was another indicator that I used. So that I was looking for that, and then I was also looking for the type of company, like it's an American company for one. I don't know. It just felt like one of those plays. You know what I mean? Like it felt like one of those plays, and then it's one of those plays that I can see other people like what they're trying to do with it. They're trying to make it a meme, or they don't know if it's gonna be a meme or if it's not a meme. They don't know what they want to do with it. But either way, it has that type of sentiment with people. It just felt like a good company. I've been listening to a lot of, like I said, my basically just my intuition, I guess. Okay, just listening to myself and the powers that be, and I find these plays like this. Anyway, so after those two indicators, and then basically my gut test, I picked up Kodak. Okay, so Kodak had small problems with how it was looking like in the forward case. So like you get a stock, now you're thinking, okay, what do I got to worry about when I'm talking about selling? Clearly, if the price drops to a certain way, but a way that you can kind of get out before your stock is pretty much dirt, is you want to there's multiple things that can happen with a stock that can make the prices drop, but specifically for what I'm looking at when I get into a play like this. Okay, first of all, it's Kodak. I get it. Oh, you mean the camera company that went broke? or that is going broke, or that nobody hears about, right? I get that. So with me getting that type of play, type of stuff that I'm looking for to where I, want to get out is any kind of stock dilution. Any kind of stock dilution with these type of plays, I'm out the door. Unless it's a play like Wolf. Wolf was different because they're leaning into the artificial intelligence field, and then even before that, they're already in Bitcoin. So me personally, I already know Bitcoin is like, it's good tech. It's not just the coin, it's the blockchain. I know that blockchain technology is good tech, and I know that everybody's seeing prices now and all these things, okay? But I'm looking at like way past that, okay? Why nobody, the prices and stuff is high, okay? So people got to start asking themselves. Everybody, when you ask somebody about crypto, they'll know of it. They'll know Bitcoin, they'll know Ethereum, they'll know different coin names, right? And they'll know the price, and that they're crazy prices. They're crazy high or whatever. But nobody else wants to dig deeper and figure out why those prices are that high. That's what I'm doing, okay? So you can put that on too. Oh, why do you like XRP so? Because with me looking at this type of technology didn't just come out. Okay, we're not gonna go in that rabbit hole because this will be forever. But either way, that blockchain technology is the reason why those coins are that high. Okay. Again, I'm just being in general. In the general term, it's new tech, and it's new tech that hasn't even been applied yet. It's kind of like AI. It's a lot like AI, but I feel like in the short term, crypto is going to be a bigger boom. Okay, but long term AI, of course, you know, it's how that's supposed to go. Okay, but anyway, so I'm looking out for, if the company can go broke, any kind of dilution, and any problems that it had, if it's going to fix it or if it's not fixing it. I also look at people on the board now, which is, we're going to get into that too. Okay, so the company's not going broke. They had a little plan to restructure their debt by, saying goodbye to their pension plan for their employees that they had there. I don't know. Either way, give them $1 billion in cash, or that they can use for, I believe it is cash. Either way, they get $1 billion disposable. So the next thing I'm seeing, all good things, don't have to worry about the debt. It's not going to go bankrupt anytime soon, right? Stock's been climbing up. I see no dilution, okay? But not only do I see no dilution, I'm going to tell you what I did see was, I don't remember his name, but he's on their board, okay? And just listen to this first. We'll do the first part, okay? So he's on their board. So he goes to purchase 1 million convertible warrants that I believe that Kodak has. Series B, something like that. It wasn't original stock, okay? He's getting warrants. 1 million of them. So I'm like, okay, it's just 1 million, no big deal. 1 million of those warrants equals out to 10 million shares. Basically 10 million shares. It's basically 10 million shares of Kodak that he purchased, okay? And the price that he purchased it at, now at this point, Kodak is trading at around $9. The price that he purchased it at, or for 10 million shares, at around $10.30. Okay, when companies, or when people, when you have a company that you're investing into, and then you got to think about what type of play that it is too. Specifically for right here, this is like my. I feel like they're heavily manipulated, right? We're just gonna do that. I feel like they're heavily manipulated. What do I want to say? I can't really teeter on. Listen, it's just their company. I feel like it's a company that knows that their share price is heavily manipulated. I feel like they know that they didn't innovate, but they also believe that um, that there's another reason why their share price is as low as it is. Okay, and I'm trying to word this without getting too complicated with it, and then also trying not to put my, nobody watches this, but I'm just trying to cover my bases, because I'm telling you, when this stuff ends up, and the way that I'm seeing it right now, is a lot of things are lining up that I think were going to happen, in order for certain things to shake as of Wall Street. And what I mean by that is the whole counterfeit share situation, okay? When they go and try to fix the main problem in the market for that happening, right? When that happens, there's just going to be a lot of things that happen. But either way, I'm seeing dominoes in place right now for that to be a possibility. Because when it had happened, when you're thinking about your theory, you got to set up, okay? You got to know that you're not going to get everything 100% correct on it, okay? So you got to know when to change your theory. You got to know when your theory is wrong, and you got to know, like, okay, I'm cool, stay the course, or watch for this. Um, and basically, because of a couple of things that have happened already, we're looking, it's looking real nice. Okay. So, anyway, down the board buys 10 million shares for above what you could actually go on the market and buy it at. To me, that signifies that these guys, it's a stock that's basically got nothing going for it. It's at the very, very bottom. If it was turning around, there's nowhere to go but up, okay? And I told you before, with the last time that it ran up, its connections with pharmaceuticals, its connection with Trump. Um, that's all I gotta say about it, okay? So the board likes it enough to buy 10 million shares at $10, and I liked it enough to buy it up at $5-6. That's when I talked to you about it, okay? And I still like it enough to say that I personally haven't taken anything off of my position. In fact, I added to it. But again, I am not your financial advisor. Nothing you hear here is an indication for you to buy or sell anything. Again, this is all just a documentation of my own trading journey. Okay. Um, that's all we're gonna talk about. Everything else looks cool. Stock wise, I still like Wolf. I'm thinking about buying options in Wolf. I don't know how far out. I kind of want to do short term, but I kind of want to do long term. But I kind of can't because I actually this time I am tied up money wise. I've had enough to nibble at dips this whole entire time, but right now I'm at the point of I'm waiting on a couple of trades to shake out, and or waiting for an even better setup because I will pull one and rotate to another. Okay, but anyway, that's your update. I'm out of here. Stay blessed.